Hello folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another historic video. In browsing deck lists on MTG Goldfish, I came across this budget deck by Saffron Olive that is a tempered steel list. And tempered steel was a really popular strategy not too long after I first started playing Magic, so I thought I would give this aggro deck a shot. So the goal is to play a bunch of artifact creatures. They basically are all interchangeable. The individual text boxes on them don't matter too much, maybe with the exception of Stonecoil Serpent, as far as the aggressive creatures go, since it can just get very big. And then use one of three different ways to pump them up. +1/+1 counters via Steel Overseer, All That Glitters, which, while normally in Historic this cares about the enchantment side of things, now we care about the artifact side. And then tempered steel is another way to sort of really buff up these artifact creatures. So let's go ahead and give this a shot while we still have access to everything in Historic for this event. And again, if you want to see more Historic content in the future, please like this video real quick, and let's get to it. Okay. I will keep this hand. We have a payoff, so to speak, and that's what makes a lot of these hands actually keepable. So the real question is, like, do I scry on turn 1, or do I just play a Plains? I think I scry, because on turn 2, I'm pretty much likely to play the Steel Overseer no matter what. We're battling. What is this? Blue-black land. Okay, sure. And now I'm going to scry looking for a tempered steel, basically. I don't need that. So let's go ahead and attack with the Ginger Brute here. And now we'll jam the Steel Overseer, which represents a whole lot of damage over a few turns. Oh, I see. It's telling me that I can play this for x=0. I would not like to do that. Bye, friend. Alright, now I can choose how aggressive I want to be. I think the answer is very. I think we're going to go ahead and throw this on our evasive creature. Go ahead and play this. Just get a feel for what's there. I don't need that. So now the question is, do I attack with the Ginger Brute into this? I think so. I think I'd try to take this trade while I can. It means the Ornithopter attacks for 1 less in future turns, potentially. But if I make it so that this never grows and my opponent, doesn't control a rogue, that's great. So I can convert this into a 1/1 human token, but then my All That Glitters attacks, or my Ornithopter more correctly, attacks for 1 less. Oh, we got the 2-for-1. Boo. This is why you don't play Auros, by the way. Now I guess I do go ahead and convert this. Then I can be attacking in with 2 different creatures. I guess I can trade this Ginger Brute for this. I don't necessarily need to maximize my value, and in previous turns, my opponent has shown me that they don't want to just trade away this creature. So this is probably fine. Alright. So neither one of these have haste, so that means I can more or less safely attack in for 4. This is just my opponent kind of getting some shortcut value. It's just going to enter tapped. We'll untap our Serpent. Now this is a blocker for the Soaring Thought Thief. This thing does have Reach and Trample. Wonder if my opponent noted. Oh, they figured it out. Alright. So now I can potentially lose the Stonecoil Serpent this turn if I attack in with it. Is that fine? Am I okay trading it for this? I don't know that I am. I can just chip away like this for 6 more turns. Or make an attack when I can also attack with this. Yeah. I think I'm good with this. Battlefield's starting to look like a slightly scarier place. Kind of reached the point where my aggro deck isn't at its peak anymore. At least my opponent has to take losses if they're attacking in as of right now, but one more Lord and that's no longer true. Don't think I want to block here. It's just so valuable to hold back both of those. I find it very interesting that they value this creature less than some random card. I also find it pretty interesting that they paid life for that. Do I alpha? I don't think I alpha. I can force some blocks, but like my opponent probably has something. I don't think they can kill me next turn, and I think I'd kill them next turn pretty easily with Ginger Brutes. What a weird game. Ah yes, the good old Brazen Borrower, the Ginger Brute. There is some chance that this gets countered right here. And maybe for that reason, I should consider not playing it, because a soft counterspell gets it here. But I also do have this as a potential attacker next turn. I don't know. Make them have it, right? There's 2 cards left. Good job, team. All I need to do here is make sure that I don't die and my opponent should die. So I am going to go ahead and block as many creatures as I can. I'm fine with throwing away a body. Yeah, what good are your cards doing you here? Yeah! The crazy aggro deck gets there. I just played against his opponent a few minutes ago. I don't remember which deck they were, though. This hand is not exactly impressive, but it has 2 different payoff cards, so I'm going to assume that this will probably work out okay. Okay, they were playing the weird deck with the angels and the dragons from my previous video. Usually the arena interface is very good at picking up what I want to do, but I don't want to cast that for 0. Alright, so our opponent is playing some sort of red-white vehicles deck, it seems like. And their scries have gone straight to the bottom. That's a free block. And now we're just working towards Tempered Steel. Oh, actually, since I have the Tempered Steel as payoffs and I can do that 2 turns in a row, I probably just want to do the protection from multicolored creature here. This just saves me so much life over the course of this game. Narrator. He was wrong. I don't mind a 1/3 that is going to end up being very, very large. Alright, I didn't expect to be the defensive deck very often while playing this, I'm not gonna lie. Oh crap. Well. Guess I'm playing another Tempered Steel. Yes? The next turn I play 2 creatures, and that should gum up the board pretty well. I would probably be turning every one of those creatures sideways here. I really need to soak up the damage. That's how I don't lose. I would have crashed in with these. My opponent could have 6 more damage here. I guess my attack is free, right? Yeah, these can't block. These can't kill my thing in combat, yeah. And normally I would do this after combat, but there's just, like, absolutely nothing that my opponent can have. Alright, so let's do this combat math now. I can take 7 this turn with how things look currently. And if my opponent just discarded a creature with that. Yeah, imagine what this board looks like if my opponent had attacked me last turn with everything. I would be dead. Alright. Then I need to take these out. This puts me to 3. This Bomat Courier probably represents lethal in finding a burn spell. Oh, I guess it can also just be 2 Hazoret activations. That might have been the route I would have gone for. I guess if they have a land in hand, they just have 2 Hazoret activations on board next turn anyway. Alright. Alright, so I should just be dead. Why are you still casting spells? Just dome me. So this is a great example of a player having a plan and sticking to that plan very linearly. My opponent's plan is I'm going to go wider than them, but they could have just killed me this turn very deterministically. Ah, we have gotten the oops from the opponent. I believe they have realized what they have done. So, under the assumption that they've realized what they've done, I need to try to kill them right here. And that probably means crashing in with all of my stuff. Any 2 of them represents lethal. Yeah, this isn't great. But, like, I think that oops means they figured out their lethal line. 7, 14... Yeah, what if I kill instant speed with this? I think that's my out, is my opponent not blocking all of my creatures. They just do the combat math thinking I don't have any instants, and then I get them. So if they're not thinking too much about it, they'll just block 2 of these and take 1 less than lethal. No. All right, I'm gonna show him the trick. I want them to know that they played around something good there. And then I accept my death. I will give you the good game back. Yeah, as sort of an aside for those of you who have been following my content for a little while, one of the things that I've been doing recently is playing a lot more limited. And that's caused me to think more about, like, turning corners and when to pivot my plan and that sort of thing than I used to do. This hand is pretty medium looking. I play a turn 2 All That Glitters and attack for like 2. Eh. I can't cast this Tempered Seal. I'm going to try to fish for something slightly better looking. This is not it. This is not it at all. What does my 5-card hand look like? This is the best hand so far. Don't have the mana to make this work, and I probably can only keep one 1-drop with this, and that probably is going to be the Ginger Brute. I don't think I can afford to put an aura on the Ginger Brute this turn. Actually, maybe I keep that just for curve reasons. So, in the dream world where nothing happens to my stuff, next turn I play all that's glitters and that creature, I put counters on everything, and life is good. In the realistic world, Steel Overseers dies, and then I have a pair of 1/1s and an all that glitters that I'm trying to ride to victory. Oh, we're playing against goblins, in which case our stuff is a little bit safer than I thought it was. Okay, we have put up a lot of power for a Mold of 5. Okay. That was impressive. All right, let's do one more with this deck. Goal was to kind of turn these historic, tryout videos into about half an hour long videos, and we're sitting at about 22 minutes right now. So one more beefy match should probably do it. I have nothing to put all of this goodness on. And now I have no payoff card. I don't want that. And honestly, I think this goes back. And I think I just play something that's going to be protection from multicolored and hope that that's relevant in the matchup that I'm playing. Seems like it'll be relevant. All right. I think I go ahead and attack. Bluff a combat trick. App called. Don't blame you. And I'll play the Steel Overseer. Arena helpfully trying to remind me that I can cast No Coil Serpent for X = 0. Thank you. I might have forgotten. I think this is a situation where number of bodies matters more than anything else. 100% willing to trade any of these creatures for that Paradise Druid. The way my opponent wins is playing something that's way bigger than what I can deal with. And I already have a pretty aggressive board even with that gone. Alright. So my opponent has a payoff card. They're probably sitting pretty. I think it's better to just attack in with all of my different creatures here. Also, is this going to be one of those rare instances where my opponent, like, plays an Ugin as a payoff, and then a whole bunch of my stuff is colorless and I just win? Oh, nope, different Planeswalker.
I have returned.
This doesn't seem that scary.
Taste death.
Yeah, we have gotten the oops from the opponent here. Good game indeed. Alright, I think that's going to go ahead and call it for this video. This was a fun, aggressive deck. Not quite as crazy as the Tempered Steel deck I was used to from Standard or some of the, like, modern equivalents that I've seen, but fun nevertheless. If you want to see more historic content on the channel, please try to get the YouTube algorithm to pick this up and get this some views. Have a great rest of the day.